Florida Highway Patrol now says 3 people were killed. Investigators say a semi-truck was trying to make a U-turn across the northbound lanes when a van crashed into the side of the trailer and became wedged underneath.
An undocumented migrant truck driver was charged with causing a crash that killed 3 people in Florida. The suspect was arrested over the weekend on 3 counts of vehicular homicide and
This is Worldview Report with host Brannon Howse.
It is time for our nightly Worldview Report commentary. The illegal alien truck driver we reported on last night, who has been charged with vehicular homicide in the deaths of 3 people in Florida, has been found to have crossed the U.S. border illegally into California in September of 2018. He was given a commercial driver's license by California under the state's sanctuary laws. He was driving a semi-truck on the highway when he made an illegal U-turn from the right lane to go through an official use-only turnaround spot on the Florida Turnpike. This was despite there being a minivan driving in the left lane. The minivan was not able to slow down in time to avoid impact and crashed into the semi. Fox News correspondent Bill Malugin, he reports that when this illegal alien attempted to cross the border in 2018, he was arrested by Border Patrol and was processed for expedited removal. He claimed that he was afraid of returning to his country, which was affirmed, and he was released on $5,000 of an immigration bond. That was back in 2019. 2 passengers who were in the minivan died at the scene of last week's accident. The driver of the minivan, a 30-year-old man, he died later. The passengers who died at the scene, they were identified as a 37-year-old woman and a 54-year-old man. This is a tragedy, of course, all the way around, and one that, sadly, is repeated nearly every day on America's roads, especially in states like California that hand out driver's licenses to illegals. The vast majority of roadway accidents that are caused by illegal aliens, well, we never hear about most of them. It's a tragedy that doesn't have to happen, folks, and it could have been prevented were it not for a porous southern border and, of course, lax laws that give preferential treatment to illegals. The Trump administration, well, they took a step in the right direction last Friday when it announced that it will be raising the bar in what it takes for an immigrant to be considered of good moral character when applying for a green card or U.S. citizenship. Traditionally, if an applicant had not committed violent felonies, well, they were assured of being passed off for having good moral character. Factors now being considered, the policy statement said, included, quote, acts that are contrary to the average behavior of citizens in the jurisdiction where aliens reside, end quote, including actions that are technically lawful, but also, quote, inconsistent with civic responsibility within the community, end quote. And USCIS listed, quote, reckless or habitual traffic infractions or harassment or aggressive solicitation, end quote, as some of those actions. This is a positive step, and it's long overdue. So, kudos to President Trump bringing common sense back to our immigration system. Thank you, President Trump.